Good afternoon. Welcome to the Virtual Kitchen Healthcare and Senior Living Edition. I'm Christine Romano, Healthcare Marketing Lead for Sysco Canada. And joining us today, we have as our host, Sarah Emerton, who is a registered dietitian and Vice President of National Accounts, Healthcare and Senior Living for Sysco Canada. Additionally, our guests today are Gurmeet Baksh and from Weston Foods and Jeanette McFarland from Magnum Food Brokers, and they are going to be featuring their gluten-free and soft bread options for healthcare and senior living. Welcome, Sarah, Gurmeet, and Jeanette.
Thank you so much, Christine, and welcome to Weston's. This is great to have you here today. You know, we often hear from the seniors living customers that they, struggle and sometimes hesitate to put buns on menus. They worry about them being too crusty or maybe a little bit too chewy for their guests to enjoy. But I'm here to tell you that Weston's has some exciting products that can have a wonderful solution for that soft buns. So I'm going to pass it over to Gurmeet and Jeanette to tell us all about these.
Amazing. Thanks, Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, Weston's has a ton of products. Gurmeet and I are going to walk you through some of these key products today. But from our market products that you see every day in the grocery store to some Ace Craft products with some special additives to it to extend some shelf life to our signature products from Ace, there's a ton of products in here that definitely fit in your healthcare world. So let's talk a little bit about some of those softer ones. We always get asked for softer options. And we not only want to show you those soft options, but we want to also show you options that you can cross-utilize. We know right now that you maybe don't want to have as many cases in your freezer. So let's get you some options that you can use as some of those maybe side soft rolls onto the side of dinner, as well as maybe making some slider options and some smaller sandwich options on your menus. So first and foremost, I want to show you, this one's part of our Ace Bakery lineup. So this is our Ace Glossy Slider. So just under 2 inches round, uncut, a great option, definitely soft option for you to use as a side or even as you get into a little bit of a slider. So I'll show you a couple of options here that I've kind of prepared in advance. This is our, just done up as a side to a salad. Simple addition, easy to add on, definitely soft and great texture for healthcare. So there's that one. And then of course, if you want to take that an extra step and maybe cross-utilize that option, I've gone ahead and kind of pre-cut a couple of these. A great option is to do up a little pulled pork slider. Simple addition. I'm just going to add the pulled pork over here and bring it on over, keep my mess to a limit here. Little pulled pork slider that you can finish off. So there we go. You can finish those off if you like with a little coleslaw. Nice and small. Maybe it's going to have a salad in addition. You can definitely finish these off however you wish. A little added cheese, keeping things easy to handle, small, but definitely options for your healthcare menu. So great way to, again, cross-utilize that product, and it's going to have that great soft texture that you're looking for in the healthcare menu.
Can you tell us a little bit about what makes the Ace products different?
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead, Jeanette. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Gurmeet.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, with the Ace products, like it's a true artisan products that we have. It's really nice, simple ingredients that we use to make these products. And, most of them don't have any preservatives or any door conditioner in the product. So it's a true, authentic product that we make. And with this one, particularly that Jeanette's talking about, it's a small 2-inch glossy finish, and it's very soft and very, airy when you're eating it. So it's not going to hurt anybody when they're going to chew onto the sandwich, especially the seniors. And also the portions are great. It's not too big or it's not too small either.
Also the name to be able to promote ACE, to the residents in the homes, like what a wonderful thing. I know when I shop in the grocery store for my family, I always go right to the ACE Bakery products. So what a wonderful thing to be able to promote that to the residents, that you're bringing a quality brand name item to the menu.
That's right. Yep.
Absolutely. It's always good to note. I mean, when people think Ace Bakery, they tend to think about these harder crust, chewy products. There's definitely some authenticity to the products. There are definitely Ace products that fit in that category, but there are some great softer options that can, as you say, bring that brand recognition in. They know the name. Let's give them some options that'll work for them as well.
Right.
So next on that same category, I'm just going to shift a couple things out of the way here, is get a little bit into the Ace Craft lineup. Gurmeet, you want to talk a little bit about Ace Craft products and how they're different?
Well, like I said before, with the Ace, it's a brand everybody really recognizes. So, it really is about just the true artisan name there, with, just really using like 4 different ingredients to start with. It's just flour, yeast, water, and then also just making sure that there's no preservatives in our product. And then we list pretty much all of the products at Sysco, from anywhere from sliders to artisan, our signature brand as well. And, we do really take pride in this brand because it's actually a true Canadian brand for us right now.
So as we move through some of the products that Ace has, one of the most recent additions to our lineup is what we refer to as an Ace Craft product. So the Ace Craft products have that same 7 starters, same traditional approach. We add a little bit of sunflower oil and cane sugar. So you still get that soft texture. You get a little added additional shelf life out of it, of a couple of extra days. And there's definitely even some cost benefits on these ones as well. So products we wanted to talk about in terms of Ace Craft. This is our Ace Craft dinner roll, definitely an option. Or we have another one here that looks very similar to what we just looked at. But this is our Ace Craft slider. Similar in size, but pre-cut. So this is another option that you can go to in terms of creating some menu application. So again, looking to cross-utilize. I did up a quick kind of pasta and dinner roll in advance. Again, great option from a portion control perspective. And then you can go to something as simple as, say, a couple little mini burger sliders. So I'll just finish these up here for you and show you. Quick little dress them up. It doesn't take much. And you can finish these off and, serve them up. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, depending upon your audience. But again, a couple simple little sliders using that same product, same menu item, and cross-utilizing.
This is great. And our customers are always looking for ways to use the same product that's in their storerooms for multiple applications. So the fact that you can use these for burgers, for dinner rolls, all sorts of different applications is a great asset.
So I'm going to move on to one of my favorites here, and that is our top cut slider. So this is one that not everyone thinks about as a slider. This is traditionally used for lobster rolls and little mini appetizers. And I think this is an amazing option for the healthcare world. Soft product, pre-sliced part way, and a great option if you're looking to create in the healthcare world. These are very soft. I don't know about you, but if you are, I should say, end up with bread with my soup. So what a great option to kind of take your soup and throw these little buns on the side. Whoops, not throw the soup around in the process. There we go. So
it's not.
Go ahead, Gurmeet.
No, I was going to say it's not typical to use this product for like a softer application. They usually use it for like lobster type of recipes. But what we thought was this will be really good to use for even like smaller portions, mini grilled cheese sandwiches, or even filling it in a little bit. For LTC, even like they have a smaller, different diets and different types of plating they could do with it. And with Jeanette actually doing different recipes with the soup, but you could also do the filling in as well because they don't really go soggy right away. They're actually a really nice product that will hold up your meats as well.
So, and just a great option as a dinner roll even too, right? Just a perfect alternative.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect alternative, soft. You're never going to have texture issues on this one. It really is the texture of a slice of bread. So it's got that great soft texture, not any hard crust. I definitely recommend keeping it in the package until just before service. That's going to maintain that softness. But you can see even when I pull these apart, you can see how they're sliced part way. You just pull them apart and then you can put them on the plate just as I've done here with the soup. Or here's a great, even if you want to do kind of a soup and sandwich application, and again, do smaller options. Here I've got a couple out ready to go. And if I just fill them with even a little bit of a chicken salad, if I can just get this neat and tidy here, you can fill these in and serve them right on the side. I've got a little garnish here of some peppers, and then you end up with kind of that soup and sandwich option. It could be a great application as well.
Great way to get your protein in.
Absolutely. Had to go with a little bit of squash soup too. It seems to be that kind of season right now. So get rid of this one. And you know what? This is one too that is very, very cost effective. So if you're looking for, ways to keep those costs down, this is a great option as well. Gurmeet, do you want to touch a little bit maybe on some of the costing and what we can do to help there?
Oh, my mic is muted. Sorry, my mic was muted. Like most of these products are very cost effective. So when you really break them down per unit, they are measured within the budget that most of the retirement or even seniors care, long-term care, even acute care has, with what she just showed you about the top cut bread just recently right now, they're under, 25 to 30 cents per piece. So majority of the budget is really around that when they're doing their side plating for the bread, for dinner rolls, or even just using them into a mini sandwiches application.
I'm imagining spreading them with a little bit of garlic butter in there. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, exactly.
A great, quick, easy way to make a garlic loaf.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy, easy way to do it. And I've been sitting here making food all day, so you're making me more hungry, Sarah.
Yeah, you're making me hungry too.
Yeah.
Hungry. We'll eat lunch when it's all done, right? One of the last things, there's a couple here left kind of in this key category of soft options. It's looking at our English muffins. So our English muffins are going to be great options to look at for some of those menu ideas. So they are smaller in size, so they're going to fit than typically, I should say, our competitors are, a little smaller in size. And definitely great for breakfast. We always think about them as breakfast, but we can go beyond breakfast and start to share some of the other ideas as well. So I did up a couple of options here just to kind of show you what we've got. So of course we have our kind of breakfast sandwich there, as well as maybe some little mini pizzas. That's even potentially an option if you're getting into some sort of activities in the homes as well, in terms of making your own quick little pizza, great little option. And then even a kind of a chicken melt. So ways to definitely use it more than just for breakfast.
And that's a great differentiating point that you said from your competition with it being smaller. I mean, with seniors living, it's often hard to get them to finish their plates. We're looking for bigger bang for the buck, and sometimes a larger piece overwhelms them. So I think it's if it keeps the price down, it keeps it to the size that's necessary. That's a really great selling feature. Any other benefits that you want to share that differentiates your product?
I mean, ultimately, you're going to find there's some definite consistency in the market on these ones. You should find some cost benefit. Again, sizing and nutritionals, there's some benefit there. I think ultimately it comes down, greater benefit's going to come down to cross-utilizing that item. Take it outside of breakfast. That's where you're going to benefit the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could put pulled chicken on there. You could even put a hamburger patty on there as well. So it's because it's a smaller portion and it's fluffier and softer to chew on. It's a really nice product. It's within like the 2-inch, 2 to 2.5-inch size. So it's actually really nice, smaller product, but it's actually really nice on the plate too.
And again, fits within everybody's mandate to want to use the same item for multiple applications. So
right,
fantastic.
exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm over here moving on to the next one. This is something that we kind of came up with recently when we started to look for options that would give us, ideas for afternoon tea. So we wanted to show you this one because we thought, what a great idea. Now this product, this particular recipe utilizes something that's a little newer on our list, and definitely a very, very popular item in healthcare is our cinnamon raisin loaf. Sarah, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about how cinnamon raisin loaf is important in your world?
It's way more important than we ever imagined. Actually, it's funny. There was a shortage in the marketplace a while ago, and I've never received more phone calls in my life about one particular product that was not available. So you don't think about it as being that popular, but let me tell you, it certainly is. So it's great to come out with an amazing product in the market, and one that'll be well used.
Yeah. So this product has like no high fructose syrup. It's low in sugar, low in calories, and it's filled with raisins and cinnamon. So when you warm it up, it smells so good in the kitchen. With the low calories, that's what's always the dietitians in the homes are looking for when they're, portioning these sizes for the seniors for their meals. And I think Jeanette has a really nice recipe that she's going to share with us right now.
So yeah, absolutely. So this is one of my new favorites. So I've taken a traditional carrot raisin salad that you may, already have in the fridges at the homes. And what we're going to do is add a little cream cheese. So just a little spreadable cream cheese. I've already done it in advance here, and added it to that carrot raisin salad, and just mix that up. And once you mix that up, it becomes kind of an amazing option to fill a little tea sandwich. So if I take this one, again, right, when we're looking for activities that, are going to keep the seniors busy, especially when they are, maybe under some lockdown scenarios, we're looking for things that are going to keep them going. So afternoon tea is a great, great option. So I'm just going to take that one. And now you can definitely cut off the edges. I like to cut off the edges. You don't need to if you don't want to, but I will cut those edges off. Make it kind of neat and tidy.
So what a nice alternative versus your typical afternoon tea where it's biscuits or something like that. I mean, you can get a little protein in there, up the quality of what's being served, make it special for the residents. Great idea. Looks delicious.
Well, simple little thing. And again, hopefully taking on advantage of something, again, already in that fridge, right? A couple of ingredients you already have, and get that out of the fridge and put it to use. So if you take that up there, you can just take your quick sandwich, serve it with your afternoon tea, and you've got some great options there to kind of keep people interested, and new flavors they maybe haven't had in combination.
Yeah.
So I just bring that one up there so you get a little bit of a better view. But simple, easy to execute, and I think I think it definitely hits the right markers for our market in healthcare.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything left over, you can make a really nice bread pudding out of it. Drizzle vanilla on it. It'll be a really nice bread pudding with cinnamon and raisins in it.
So I'll tell you a favorite in our house is French toast made with raisin bread. Absolutely, hands down. Raisin bread, our French toast always needs to be made with raisin bread. So
yeah. It is one of our popular items that we're selling right now. So it's good to know that it's a really popular item with the seniors care as well. So, this is something they look forward to, like you said, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and knowing that we have that product available, given it's one of our newer items, knowing that we have it available to you, definitely reach out if you need to try some out. But it's definitely there for you and now available, so that void shouldn't be there in the market anymore.
Right.
So I think at this point, we've kind of covered off some of the key softer options when it comes to the Weston items, the Ace Bakery items. I want to shift a little bit over here to the other side and talk a little bit about all but gluten. So Weston does have a full lineup of all but gluten products. And it becomes kind of a question, I guess, out there is how much are you seeing, Sarah, of this in the healthcare world right now?
Oh, lots. It's still a very popular ask in seniors living, without a doubt. And a lot of the customers are looking to be able to utilize the gluten-free options across all diets, just to keep those SKU counts down. So taste is really important to them, because they don't want to compromise the taste with having it gluten-free, especially if they want to put it across all diets.
Well, it's definitely a category there's a lot of misconception about. Just to give you a little bit of a lowdown here on the lineup. So there's a whole grain loaf, white loaf as well, definitely smaller in size. I think we have to remember that for those people that are gluten-free, they don't want as much bread, right? So having these smaller loaves is actually a plus. We have to kind of remove those eyes that we use when we think about these big slices of bread and buns and rolls. It's a unique perspective for us to take at Weston, because we have to look at that smaller loaf. The person who eats gluten-free or is gluten intolerant wants less. So these are small loaves, thin slices, definitely going to work there. We also have hot dog buns and hamburger buns. So we'll look at a couple of applications for these hamburger buns as well right now. But if you ever run up against us in a food show, if we hopefully get to those in the near future again, we always want you to do the squeeze test on these buns. There's definitely a misconception about them being hard or crusty or having, a not so nice texture. And these are very soft. These products will line up against the regular products any day. So definitely got to do that squeeze test to test these ones out. All of these products as well come in small case sizes. So we know you're not necessarily serving it to everybody. So we put them in small case sizes so that you can get out what you need and only what you need, so that you're not stuck with a full case that might be thawed. We have also muffins in double chocolate and blueberry, and then some little 2-bite little individual gluten-free brownies. So those are going to be some great options for you as well, some kind of sweet treats along the way. So here is, Sarah, as you said, items that can be, used across the menu for everybody. Here's something that would allow the homes to do whatever everybody else is eating and just switch up the bun for those that might be a little gluten intolerant. So here is an egg salad sandwich done up just on our gluten-free hamburger bun. And then I did up one of the Fire River Farms burger patties on a gluten-free bun as well. So great, easy way to serve the same thing to everyone and only have to change up that bun.
And of course, these items are all frozen.
Yes.
So you just pull out as you need, right? So you plan ahead, you temper the product as you need. And they would last, how long would they last in the freezer? If you've only got one gluten resident,
they're up to 6 months in shelf life.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then the thaw and serve, and they're made in nut-free and they're nut-free and dairy-free, and they're also kosher certified as well.
And some of the freshest product is what comes in frozen, because when you freeze a product off an assembly line, you're doing it all in the proper ways, right?
Right.
Do you want to talk about that just for a second, about how frozen bread coming into buildings and then being able to temper it and serve it, you have just as fresh a feeling product as if you were to bring it in fresh?
In some cases, you have even a fresher product.
Yeah, I would say you do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that.
No, because as soon as it's made, it goes right into the freezing point, right? So we don't leave it there for a couple of days, then we pack it into frozen. As soon as it's made in the lines, it goes into the freezer to be frozen, and it gets packed right away. So when you're opening that product, it's actually fresher than what you're getting at the grocery store. That is a fresher product, really. So, and they have longer shelf life because of that too, because you only take out the loaf that you need and then put the rest back in the freezer. Whereas the other ones, when you do have the fresher product, it's, you have a certain amount of time to use all that up.
So we're working on ending here on a bit of a sweeter note. I've got this one last one here, and then a quick recipe for you with some gluten-free product. But wanted to show you this one. So, I mean, there's that double chocolate muffin. I would challenge anybody, you will never know this is gluten-free. So adding this to, you know, again, that afternoon tea or that morning breakfast or mid-morning snack, great option. Again, you don't have to worry about, you know, maybe only going through one or two for a couple residents that need it. You can serve these to others as well. And there are many occasions where we get people to try them first, and then after they love it, then we tell them it's gluten-free. So great option to have alongside that tea. And then of course these lovely little brownies. I did up a little peanut butter and jelly on a couple of them. That's even a potential with, you know, a afternoon thing as well. And you could even have the residents add their own peanut butter or jelly. Or then of course I did up a little cream cheese topping, and these are going to be my snack as soon as we're done because nobody else is going to eat them on me. A little cream cheese topping as well, just to kind of finish them off, a little extra sweetness. Who would love it?
Yeah. And this is an easy replacement. You know, everybody could enjoy it, not knowing that's actually gluten-free. So you're not bringing in multiple SKUs. You're bringing in just one SKU to use for a resident, and they don't feel left out as well. Either they're getting a special item. You know, if they could all just get the same thing and they all taste great, they're not going to know the difference.
And how's the price point? Is it fair compared to a regular?
I mean, it will be a few cents higher than the regular, but I mean, honestly, I think we just have to compare it depending on each of the customer, the chain, what their status is in, you know, like for like, I guess the markup, you could say, we could just check by that, but I could let you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just, and you know, if you've got a resident that requires gluten-free, then that's what you need, right? And it's so amazing to know that you've got that product out there that's just pennies more, and also could be used across more application too, because a lot of people, residents, even though they're not gluten-free or they're not actually celiac, they still think that they need it.
Yeah, well, that's
you know, that perception. If you need to serve gluten-free because they want it, then at least you know you've got it there and you're doing it cost effectively.
Yeah, I have a fun fact for you on that. 15% of Canadians are on gluten-free lifestyle. That's like almost 5 million people. And then 5% is gluten-free intolerant only. That's 1.7 million. And then there's only 1% celiac, obviously. So that's 335,000. So it just kind of shows you that, you know, a lot of people, like you said, are choosing to that lifestyle to go, you know, gluten-free just to be on the healthier side. And they know there's, you know, not a lot of preservatives in that product. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm over here slicing and dicing some bread.
Oh, I hope you're going to share this recipe with us.
Of course.
So this is one of my favorites, and we talk about ending on a sweet note. This one is a gluten-free bread pudding. So I am just kind of slicing and dicing here, and I wanted to just share this recipe. So we absolutely do have this ready to share with you so that you can use it up. So take your pan, whatever size. We've done up a recipe that will feed up to 50. And this is definitely one that you can serve to everybody. It doesn't just need to be served to those that are gluten-free or gluten tolerant. I have actually used a whole grain loaf here. You can use white as well if you prefer, or maybe a combination of both. You have those options. So what I always do here is I take that recipe. So bear with me here. We'll slice and dice this one up like I'm on the Food Network. And add these in. So we just layer these on top. I have gone ahead in advance and I've mixed up what I prefer is a little coconut milk. So I've done a little bit of a coconut milk here in my mixing glass with eggs as well. And I've also added in a little vanilla. So we've added that in. We whipped it all up together. I have a different knife here. Just gonna slice up some apple so that we can get that in there as well. Now I always leave my skin on the apple. It adds a little bit of texture, but you know what? That depends upon your audience, of course. So adding a little bit of that apple in and layering it. I mix in a little brown sugar that I've just kind of portioned out here. I may have been a little overzealous in what I put in the bowl, and that's okay. Don't forget the chocolate chips. What would be bread pudding without some awesome chocolate chips? And then I layer in some more of the bread just on top. And what's most important here is making sure that this gets thoroughly soaked. I'm going to do a little sprinkle of some cinnamon. This one there as well. You can tell I'm measuring every last ingredient. That's okay. And then, yeah, just layering this in. So again, this premix, this happens to be coconut milk. You can use regular milk. You can use soy milk, whatever you like. Layer that in. I always like to give it a good kind of squish down and then throw that in the oven. You want all of that bread to just soak up all that liquid. And this is that magic of television here, of on screen. There's a finished one to share. Amazing product, amazing flavors, nothing but fresh ingredient, healthy option. And again, you can tailor that recipe to wherever you like, but you can scoop that, cut that, slice that, whatever works for you. But an amazing recipe option with some gluten-free products.
Amazing. I bet you could even use some of your softer bananas for that. You know, so everybody seems to have soft bananas lying around, or maybe bread that is not quite as fresh as it was the day it was pulled out of the freezer. And what a great way to use those products up to make such a great recipe.
Well, heck, if you want to do the not gluten-free option, the cinnamon raisin loaf would be another amazing way to do that.
Yeah. Okay, now my mouth is watering.
So I think that's ultimately the end of what we have for you today. We've done pretty well at keeping around a half hour. Hopefully we haven't kept you too long. But know that we've got options, samples, anything you need. Reach out to Weston, reach out to the Magnum team here in Ontario. We have a team across the country to assist, and whether that's in recipes, whether that's with samples, whatever it may be, we're here to assist. And whether we're in, we're definitely here to help.
That's wonderful. And also to the healthcare account executives across the country at Sysco too, they'd absolutely be happy to connect you with samples and things like that. So thank you so much. Really appreciate the Weston's team being part of this today. Thank you. Wonderful. I'm so hungry already. And I hope you're going to share these recipes with us. Now over to you, Christine. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. I can almost smell the cinnamon, can't you? Thank you so much for sharing these great recipes and like really cool, innovative ideas that really elevate the guest dining experience for sure. So check out these and many other recorded presentations that we've got on our Sysco Canada Facebook page, as well as our Sysco Canada YouTube page. And then join us next week on Tuesday, November 10th at 11 p.m. Here we go, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be hosting McCain's in our Sysco Virtual Kitchen Healthcare Edition. The late night shows are for Jay's events only. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Oh, no.